You hear the highlights. What a great weekend it was last weekend with the conference championships and then the bowl selection on Sunday. And knowing that the college football season is coming to an end here in about a month, it's kind of, it sucks. It just sucks.
Don't remind us.
Nothing better than college football. Erik Moses joins us down the right to the guest line to talk about the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl. How you doing this Friday?
I'm doing great.
So let's just get the big one out, all right? I get the what do we call it, Manuch?
The elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So tell us how it came to Oregon and Liberty, specifically Liberty on the selection. Because I know that's the one that, on Selection Sunday, my phone's blowing up. Why Liberty? And I figured I'd wait to talk to you on Friday to understand why it went down that way.
Well, I think many people were hoping that the elephant in the room we'd be talking about would be the Alabama Crimson Tide, but not so much this year. Look, we're excited about Liberty coming. I think for your listeners who are educated college football fans and sports fans generally, they know that we don't have a choice in picking the teams that are assigned to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. The CFP selection committee does that. They rank the teams from 1 to 25, and then they assign the teams for the New Year's Six bowl games, starting, of course, with the top 4 going to the semifinal games each year. This year, Rose and Sugar. So there is an understanding, and not to get too inside baseball, but there is an understanding amongst the bowls that the highest ranked group of 5 school would be invited to participate in a New Year's Six game. Last year, that was Tulane playing USC in the Cotton Bowl. This year, that highest ranked team is Liberty, an undefeated team, one of only 4 in the FBS. And so they will be playing, Oregon, the Pac-12 runner-up, who only lost 2 games this year and whose quarterback could very well win the Heisman Trophy. And most importantly, that quarterback, Bo Nix, has announced, and his coach has announced, that he will play in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a saving grace right there. Not that they don't have an outstanding backup quarterback named Ty Thompson from the Valley there, Erik.
That you trained.
Yeah, that trained since 6th grade. So, all that being said, these kids can score, that being Liberty. And Oregon can score. Yep. So the first one to 52 wins this game, right? I mean, it might be one of the greatest Fiesta Bowls of all time, with both these teams can put points on the board.
Look, you guys know better than most people that the history and the legacy of the Fiesta Bowl is you may see some matchups and some outcomes that we wouldn't have predicted. Nobody would have predicted that Boise State would have beaten Oklahoma. No one would have predicted necessarily that TCU would have beaten Michigan last year. And I could go on and on through the years of seeing these upsets that have happened in our game. Liberty's going to come to play because what do they have to lose?
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose. No one expects them to be able to play with Oregon, but they're undefeated. They got more rushing yards this season than any other team in the country. They average more than any other team. I think they've had 21 interceptions this year. And these guys in 6 years at the FBS level, have qualified for a bowl game 5 out of those 6 years. That's pretty impressive, and that sounds like a program that's on the move.
5 of the last 6 Fiesta Bowl games have been within 1 score. So your point, Erik, these games have been outstanding. You just don't know. I mean, last year was amazing the way that game went down. I mean, you'll never forget it. Let's move on to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl selection. First time that this bowl has had a 9-win team and an 8-win team, as UNLV and Kansas are coming. And Kansas has been here before. It's been since 2018 as someone just broke into a car right in front of us at Toyota.
I'm like, Rock, are you trying to steal that same car again? Come on, man.
Somebody wants this Land Cruiser really bad, so they're trying to shut it off here in a second. So we hope they'll be able to shut it off.
That's all the fanfare for you, Erik. It was a little late showing up today, so we can give you a little.
I'll take it.
So let's talk about Kansas. We know they travel well. I think UNLV, not a far trip for them either. But talk about this game and how unique it is to be at Chase Field.
Great matchup, as you said, a 9-win team versus an 8-win team. Both of them have had successful campaigns this year. obviously our hearts and minds and thoughts and prayers are with the UNLV community, given the tragedy that they suffered on their campus this week. But they are in relatively good spirits, preparing to come to the Valley to participate against a really tough Kansas team that has a great coach, Coach Leopold, and a team that is proving on the field that Kansas isn't just a basketball school. And so we expect it to be great, as you allude to, seeing high-level college football inside a baseball stadium on a grass field. It's just fun. I went last year, loved it. I think it's just fun. It'll be the day after Christmas. Everybody should come out, stretch your legs a little bit. You ate a lot. You opened all your gifts. Maybe you didn't get what you want, but we can give you a great football game the day after Christmas.
This is good therapy for me to talk about KU, Eric, just so you know. But they are a good team, me being that K-State Wildcat. Look, Devin Neal, this young man, and then this defense, the way they get after it. I mean, they beat OU, folks. I mean, so let's just they've got a good team. They're solid. But what Leopold has done in the last 3 years of this program speaks volumes of them taking those necessary steps. And what UNLV has done in just the last couple of years to see these grow, and now here's the next step, getting to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
Yeah, and Coach Odom at UNLV, my understanding, I was just in Las Vegas for the National Football Foundation dinner, College Hall of Fame inductions, and people up there are loving this Rebels program and loving what Coach Odom has been able to achieve in a short period of time. They're going to come to play, and I think given the all of the emotion around what happened on campus with the shooting, I think they're going to be playing for something more than just winning another football game. The Kansas folks have been reaching out. I had a great conversation with Coach Leopold last week, even before they were announced, and him letting us know that they were looking forward to coming to the Valley if the card shook out that way. And so they are really revved up and ready to go and to get down here and play some good football.
Eric, let the Fiesta Bowl festivities start. I will be participating in your Fiesta Bowl girls flag football clinic next Friday. I'm going to man the quarterback station, guys.
So the clipboard?
Well, yeah, how to penmanship clipboard, but that'll be going on Mesa High School, girls 7 to 17, 6 to 7:30. I'm like, wow. They called me yesterday. I said, sure, I'm dialed in, but I know the activities are kind of from start matriculating down the field, so to speak. Thank you, Hank Stram.
It's going to be great, and in addition to you, quarterback coach extraordinaire, we've got Diana Flores from the Mexican national flag football team, who's going to be our guest of honor there, and will also be participating in our parade the next day on December 16th. You guys may recall she was featured in the Super Bowl that was out here last year, and I believe has some representation in the NFL Hall of Fame. So we're really excited that Diana's going to be here, and she's going to be working with those young ladies around flag football, which we all know is growing.
Yes, sir.
Hugely here in the Valley, but also across the country.
And let's touch on the 51st edition of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl Parade, presented by one of our great partners, Lerner and Rowe, for the bowl as well as our show. And this year being the theme, the spirit of competition, Jake Plummer, former Sun Devil, and then Richard Jefferson, Moon Valley High, University of Arizona, will be the grand marshals. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Those guys are quintessential kind of Arizona athletes, one representing ASU and the other representing University of Arizona. Both are super excited about coming here. Jake came down for our announcement and had some conversations with him then and since then. And he's just so excited about being here. And, was in Vegas, like I said, this week where the in-season tournament is happening, and saw Richard Jefferson, and he was super excited as well about coming back to the Valley to participate in a parade that he saw growing up as a kid and attended as a kid who grew up here. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we encourage people to come on out and show some pride and get your holidays kicked off with a parade and a celebration of all things Arizona.
So Eric, what are you encouraging people to do at this point? Is it SeatGeek or fiestabowl.org? Where do you want people to go for either reserve VIP grandstand tickets for the parade, or guaranteed rate, or Verbo Fiesta Bowl? Where's the right way to go, right place to go?
Well, if you come to our website, fiestabowl.org, we're going to make it real easy for you to buy tickets for any and everything we're doing. So I would start there. But, if you're a SeatGeek person, you can call SeatGeek. Our tickets won't be hard to find, but I'm telling people, they may think that this Liberty Oregon game is not going to be the kind of game they're accustomed to. None of us want to be the person who had the opportunity to see history be made and missed it. And so if you asked anybody right now, would they have loved to have been at that Boise State game against Oklahoma? I bet you to a person they'd say, heck yeah, I would love to be there. Don't miss your chance to be there this year.
In my 30 years being involved in the bowl, that is my number one game of
that
all
was
time.
Phenomenal. And to be there watching that, Eric, was
yeah,
phenomenal.
It's great. Well, Eric, I know you're going to be busy next few weeks. Thanks for jumping on today. We'll catch up with you next week. I'm sure I'll see you here soon. And thanks for what you're doing for the bowl.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. Thanks as usual.
You got Eric Moses joining us today, the CEO of the Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl. So appreciate his time today. Every Friday we get him on. Today he's brought to you by Twin Peaks, now 5 Valley locations. As we teamed up with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light to give you a chance to win one of the 5 65-inch TVs we're giving away next Thursday. Simply text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. And we'll give you an opportunity there to get on board. You can register every day leading up to next Thursday. So good luck, and hope that you'll get a chance to win. I also want to point out here, let me just look on my sheet. So I want to congratulate Adam Schmidt and Damian Perknick. I hope I said that right.
It's pretty close, right?
They won our pizzas in our arena sports girl giveaway earlier. So